Welcome to this course on data structures. My name is Greg Hammerly, and I'm looking forward to spending this time with you this semester. This first lecture, we're going to talk about just the purpose of this course, an overview. So we'll talk about who am I, who are you, where is everything that you need for this course, a little bit about what this course is about, and a little bit of the philosophy on how to get through this course. So who am I to begin with? I've been teaching at Baylor for 16 years, and I have counted and I've taught this course, Data Structures, 23 times, and I've enjoyed it all the while. Things that I like to do are, or things that I enjoy are my family. I enjoy running and hiking very much. This year I've made it a project to run all the streets of the city of Waco and beyond, and I've made it most of the way through it, and we're only halfway through the year, so that's pretty good. I like music quite a bit. I play a few instruments, but none of them terribly well. I like to juggle, and I like what we would call handwork, like knitting and crochet, although I don't do much of it these days. I enjoy photography and, of course, computer science and programming. And I love teaching this course. I hope you'll see that as we go through the semester. So who are you? When we meet, either virtually or in person, I hope you'll please introduce yourself and tell me about yourself. Tell me what you like, what you enjoy, what you'd like to do. Um, and through all of this, I'm always going to assume that you love computer science because don't we all? And if not, if that's not actually true, then I hope this course will move you in that direction. So, some of the administrative details of this course. The course syllabus can be found on the web at my homepage, which is right here. Okay. If you just type in my last name into Google, you should be able to find me pretty quickly. Okay, so look for the current semester link on this page. And once you find that current semester link, you'll find all the scheduling, the readings that are assigned, the assignments, the projects, and many other things here. And you need to read them and become familiar with them because that's the way I convey a lot of the information to you. We're going to use Canvas for the gradebook, for homework submission, and for some discussion. And we're going to use the upload site, which if you're not familiar with it, there are links on the course syllabus page. The upload site is where you'll submit your project work, not your homework, but your projects, and they'll be tested automatically there. Because you're watching this, I assume that you know that we'll be doing the lectures via video recordings, and we will have some meetings and discussions, either one-on-one or in groups, by video chat over Zoom or something like that. If you have questions, I was surprised recently to learn that some professors don't like you to email them, but I welcome you to email me with good questions about the course. You can email me here, or you can find my email online at my webpage. And of course, you need to have your book, the book by Mark Weiss, Data Structures in C++. Okay, we're using, I believe, the third edition now, but any edition, second or any late edition should work for you. Just make sure that you have the numberings correct for any assignments that you might use, or that we might use. So what is this course about? Well, this course is about fundamental data structures. We're talking about a lot of data structures, and most of them are fundamental in the sense that they come up over and over and over again. And one of the things I like to do is reference this book by Nicholas Wirth, a Swiss computer scientist. And the title of this book is Algorithms plus Data Structures equals Programs. And it kind of puts together in our minds the roles of these two things. We're studying data structures, but in order to study data structures, we need to pair them with algorithms in order to make programs that do something. Because data structures hold the data, algorithms do stuff with the data, and we need both in order to have a working program. So we're going to do a lot of practice of using data structures to solve problems. So I'm going to try to pose for you a number of problems in the form of projects this semester, which you can solve by programming in C++. We're going to have a lot of focus on the efficiency of our algorithms when we're manipulating the data, when we're solving problems. And we're going to talk a lot about the impact, usually on efficiency, of using different data structures. So if I took an algorithm and I just replaced a stack with a queue, for example, what would be the impact on its efficiency? What would be the impact on its correctness, for that matter? We'll talk. These are broadly what this course is all about. So how do you get through this course? Well, first of all, do your own work, and I'll talk more about that on the next slides. But I highly encourage you to stay motivated. Right? You've got to get yourself in this game and really get what you can out of this course. Okay. Um, I'm going to try to motivate you, but I can't reach through the screen and type on your keyboard for you. So reach out when you need help, but try to set a goal of being involved in doing some of this coursework, if not every day, every couple of days, and just keep making progress on it, studying it, doing the homework, doing the projects. Stay on task. Don't let the tasks get away from you. It's very easy to say, well, that's not due for 2 weeks, so I'll work on it in a week or so. I have structured the course, especially the projects, as you'll see, such that there's a lot of benefit to doing things on time and early, and to make sure that you break a big problem, and there are a number of big problems this semester, down into smaller bite-sized chunks that you do in sequence. Okay. As I've said, ask questions either in a chat or send me an email or when we meet online. Do ask questions. I'm motivated by your questions so that I can clarify something that's not clear, because if you're wondering about it, I know you've heard this before, it's sure that there's someone else who's wondering about it too. And of course, work hard. This class might be a lot of work for you. It is a lot of work for a lot of people. Don't let that get you down. Just know that that's going to happen. Be prepared and keep up with the work. Some philosophies that I have for this course. First of all, this course is a course where I require individual work on most projects and assignments. And when I say assignments, I mean homeworks. So there are basically two categories here of work in the course. There's projects, which are programming projects, and there are assignments or homeworks. And the purpose of making you do your own work is to make sure that you know how to do it. Okay? Do not seek help from anyone else besides myself. Don't seek help from your friends, people who are in this course, people who are in another section of this course, people who have taken this course before, your parents, someone else online. Just don't do it. I require that you don't do that. Come to me for help. Send me an email. Let's do a chat. I'll help you. I'm here. I know what's expected of you for this course, and I will be able to help you. And I do check for cheating every semester, and I do unfortunately regularly catch people. So don't be that person. My expectations, further down in the philosophy section, my expectations for you, okay? My expectations are that you are solid in your C++ thus far. You don't have to be an expert in C++, but in what you've been given, you can do it, and you can do it well, and you understand what you're doing. You should understand that the difficulty level of this course is high. As I said before, it requires a fair bit of work. So you need to be willing and ready to invest the time required for this course. And I tell everybody taking this course every semester that if you have a heavy load this semester, this might not be the semester for you to take this course. And I don't say that to get rid of you. I just say that to give you an honest assessment that this is a heavy course and you need to think carefully about whether this is the right semester for you to take it. And if it is, great. I'm glad to have you along. More on philosophy of this course. We're going to emphasize both correctness and efficiency. Correctness, because if we don't do things correctly, it doesn't matter how quickly we do them. And efficiency, because we would like these things to finish quickly. We would like our programs to run swiftly. Of these two things, you have to sort of do them in that order. We have to have correctness first and efficiency second, because it does you no good, as I said just a second ago, to do the wrong things, but very quickly. So focus on correctness first and efficiency second. And I think you'll find through the projects this semester, if you're not used to this type of problem solving, that writing correct code that is perfectly correct can be very difficult at first, but it will get easier as the semester goes on and you get more practice. So practice, practice, practice. I'm here to help. You should use me as your resource. That's the last piece of philosophy. I've said this several times this lecture. Send me emails. seek out help when you need it. Don't just bury in to your computer or, you know, ignore the course. It's not going to go away. Just ask the question that's bugging you. I will ask that you try to formulate a good question, because a good question is one that signifies what you understand and the limits of what you understand, and it also signifies what you need to know to get beyond that. Okay, so try to formulate a good question, but even if you can't formulate a good question, seek help where you need it. Okay. Now, last, I want to talk about juggling. I mentioned juggling at the beginning, and I want to talk about learning how to juggle. Juggling is very easy. Okay. For an odd number of objects, like say 3 juggling balls, all you have to do is every time you juggle an odd number of objects, you just throw things from the one hand to the other hand and vice versa. Okay. Now, I'm going to pause the video for a second. I'm going to get myself situated, and I'm going to show you a little bit better view of how this all works. Okay. So if you want to juggle, say 3 things, when you learn to juggle, you learn that you just throw everything from your right hand to your left hand and vice versa. So if you watch the yellow ball, it's going to my right hand and then my left hand and then my right hand and my left hand. Okay, it's very simple. I learned how to do this, a 3-ball juggle, when I was in 3rd grade, and it took me a long time to learn how to do it. Eventually, I moved on to maybe I could do 4 balls, and that also took me quite a while to learn how to do. And then when I was in graduate school, I met a fellow student who became my roommate named John, and he asked me, do you know how to juggle 5 balls? And I thought, no, of course not. That seems impossible. But he could do it, and he was convinced that anyone could learn how to do it. So after roughly a year of trying, I was able to juggle 5 balls. Let's see if I can do it on camera. Of course not. Let's try that again. There you go. Now, if you look at the yellow ball, it's going to my right hand and left, right, left. And it's the same pattern as 3. It's every right-handed throw, whoops, step out of the camera here. Every right-handed throw goes to the left hand, and every left-handed throw goes to the right hand. It's quite simple. So now you know the pattern for juggling 5 balls. I knew the pattern for juggling 5 balls, and yet it took me a full year to learn this process, to learn this well. So the question is, why? Why am I bringing up juggling? And why does it take so long? Well, the point in all of this, briefly, is juggling is a very conceptually simple thing. Every right-handed throw goes to the left hand. Every left-handed throw goes to the right hand. Conceptually, it's easy. You get it. You know how to juggle. But the ability to juggle is a completely different thing. It requires months, weeks, months, perhaps years of practice. And that's what I want to emphasize to you today, is that even if you feel like we're covering stuff in this class, perhaps even especially early in the class, that you have dealt with before, I encourage you to just keep practicing, get better and better at it, even the fundamentals, and keep this in mind, that learning how to do something might seem conceptually simple, but the practice is what gets you there to becoming really proficient at it. Okay, that's enough about juggling. I hope you do learn how to juggle. I hope you do learn how to juggle 5 balls, and if you do, send me a video of it.